Okay, hello and welcome to Arkbox Unlimited. Sorry if the music's a bit loud, I should actually turn that down a bit because that is a bit loud. Right, so I could do with my mouse sensitivity being turned up, but I couldn't see that. Right, let's do an arcade run. 3, 2, 1, let's go. It's keyboards, oh shit, it's not even mouse. But I like arkanoid types and I thought, you know, we'll take. Oop, I thought that was going to stick like this one did. But clearly it did not. So yeah, when I saw this I thought, are we playing against computery things? Or are they just always tracking to say that this is the edge? I know it's like usual that you bounce it off the edges, so it's a bit unusual to see a visual representation of that, I guess, tracking the sides in an arkanoid type. But, you know, it's a fun game. You can see that there's some sort of one-up thing up there. This is my first play of it. Oh, it fell naturally. Right, can we get them with multiple? And it exploded on its own for no reason. I don't know why. I guess we got it. Also, there's. I guess that's tracking both balls. Double. Yeah, you can watch my fingers clearly clicking on the thing or pointing at the screen to say, hey, you know, these ones here. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me today. Lack of sleep because of horrible neighbours. And OBS playing up like God. I don't know what's up with it. Right, that is staying up there. So we'll ignore that one. It's nice and safe, although now we have a ton of balls and I will catch up them all. Except that one. Combat Master. Oh, you launched without. I wasn't ready. I was about to press space, but then it just beat me to it. You preempted me. Ooh, there's a sort of a ship there. You see that? Over there with the health bar. Balls, I missed it. Well, at least we've got one ball left. Yeah, we missed all the balls except the one ball. Remember, you're a one ball. Ooh, we can shoot as well. Very nice. Right, I'm gonna move my hand to a bit of a better position and start shooting. Now that we know we can shoot, I don't know whether that was an ability we picked up or we've always had that. I didn't pay attention to it. Oh, we've burnt it out now. I guess it was because we were reds and I really should pay more attention to what we're picking up. I mean, it's not really telling us. Right, we got in. Got one. He respawned. We only really... I was trying to get clever and angle it, but yeah, our angles on this ship aren't as usual arkanoid physics. Normally you can influence it by hitting it into it as your momentum will carry into the ball. That is unfortunate, because I like that mechanic where you can angle it. This, it looks like we're really going to have to hit it. Yeah, you can't even throw it. Hit it really on one of these angles, and they're so slim, it's a bit awkward to do that to affect my trajectory, and that's a major arkanoid feature. You want that, so I mean, I may have to. Yeah, I've sacrificed for the ball. No, we've got some bullets. I really shouldn't have been shooting at that. Yeah, this is a bit not ideal for me. See, we can carry the momentum, but to affect the momentum, we really have to hit them slim zones, and I don't know, maybe we can get different sort of bats that changes that. Maybe I'll have to look into the settings. Or like I said, ask the developers about this, because I like to hit it with my bat and, you know, feel the momentum. Yeah, I dodged that stupidly. And be able to launch it the way I want. Yes, that did it for me. Nice. And that is one of the best ways to play it, you know. It's like, well, I mean, I like, yeah, that time I don't know why you didn't carry it. I like to be able to just bash into it, and you know, that would have turned it round naturally for me. And again, you know, I was trying to fling it, but it's not in a flingable mode or mood. The ball does not want to be flung in the way that I like to play it right now. And that is unfortunate for me, because that's where a lot of the enjoyment comes in, from feeling like you're able to manipulate. Yeah, why did you turn around there? Manipulate the ball with your momentum. I'm just going to let that go, we're never going to reach it. Maybe I should look into the options. Right, that explains what the power-ups are. Okay, I guess we were on something between resume and quit. Upgrades, no, I don't want to look at upgrades, I want to go to the menu. I'm going to get back to my mouse because we couldn't affect it with our mouse. Right, so ball type changes what our ball looks like. That looks a bit nicer, I guess. The block type doesn't really look that important. It doesn't look like, I don't know what AA is. Ambient occlusion, I guess. Can I turn you back off? Yeah, it doesn't look like we've got control over the way that our bat works. Which is unfortunate, because I would love to make the bat run the way that I want. Right, so we only got 6% of the way in. Sure, let's go a bit of free play. Oh, free play looks less free play and looks more arcadey because it's got actual stages. Okay, that makes sense. Not. And again, I'm trying to play it on my mouse, and because it's keyboard only. Like, why you've got the mouse capability back in the menu? Yeah, I had time to get them. And a bit of screen notification as to what the hell I'm picking up would be a bit nicer as well. You know, rather than just having to figure it out. Just a little bit of text that appears when you pick it up to say, hey, you picked up this power up. Or, you know, you could even go all the way to have voice talent to go, you know, grabber, shooter, or something robotic, you know, just because that would fit the game that it is. Yeah, I'm sucking. What? You know, I just want it to play the way that I'm used to playing Arkanoid, and this is not how I'm used to playing it. I'm used to be able to have a lot more ball control and manipulation with my bats, and that is something we don't not have here. And, you know, it would just be, I don't know why everything just melted. Don't ask me why it melted, you know, we got a power up that, the power up of power ups, where our power ups don't actually explain what they are. And that is another, you know, I mean, it's a £4 game, but I just expected a bit more from my Arkanoid game. You know, it's Arkanoid Unlimited, but I'm feeling very restricted in how everything's working. It's not working as I expect an Arkanoid game to play. Oh, these things are going to shoot at us, okay. I mean, look, there's a lot of cool aspects to it, but if you're missing the main gameplay element, you know, I'm going to request it as a feature. You know, can you make this a playable type, because, you know, it's how I expect an Arkanoid to play for me, and you know, it would just make it a lot more enjoyable for me, because, oh, we've got a big bat, but again, our zone that we can actually use to manipulate the balls is very not extended, and, you know, it's not about the size of your bat, it's what you can do with it, and if we can't do a lot with it, then I'm just gonna not be feeling it, you know, because as it stands, the things are not working the way that I expect them to. Right, we can just sit, oh shit, last minute interception as it changed its mind what it wanted to do. So yeah, I mean, I like to have the control, the feeling of control over my balls, and I'm just feeling like my balls are doing their own thing right now, and, you know, my bat isn't affecting them. The balls are speaking their own language while the bat is singing away and just essentially not doing much. That's not my balls. I have control over my bat, and my bat affects my balls. I don't let my balls speak for themselves. And that is the way my Arkanoid bat works, and this is not my Arkanoid bat. It does not work the way that I expect. Right, one more stage. It's still enjoyable, but it's just the control isn't as I expect, and, you know, I want to have the control over my ball and my bat, and I do not. I'm not feeling the bat and ball coalescence right now. It's feeling a lot out of my control, for definite. You know, this ball does not feel connected to this bat. It feels like the balls have been castrated from the bat. And the balls are doing their own thing whilst the bat is barely able to, you know, there, sure, we had a bit of control. But again, you know, normally in an arkanoid type, you have a flat bat, and that's why you have the control with hitting it, and you can affect your momentum, and it feels good. But here, we've got a bat that sort of has a few end bits to it, and, you know, it doesn't feel in control. It just feels like it's doing its own thing and whatever it wants to do. And then we grip it, and then we only get to fire it up, you know, we don't get to carry the momentum from that even. Oh, well, you know, that wasn't how I expected you to rebound. Now, balls are on the rebound for sure. Well, no, they haven't been used, but, you know, that's City Life references. That's, you know, a lot of people might not get, but hey, you know. No, I'm not on the rebound, I'm still very much in love with my ex, and that's the opposite of the rebound, isn't it? Time left? What? We have a timer? Right. Why did you suddenly bounce? Yeah, the eyes that are just all staring at us from that. We didn't even complete that stage. We've got to at least complete the stage. The eyes rolling at the audience as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to ask for this feature because I thought this game was going to be fantastic, and then you don't get the control that you're expecting from your bat, and you can't manipulate the ball in the way that you want to, in the way that you would a normal arkanoid type. And I don't know, maybe that's awkward to program, but you know, so many other arkanoid types get it. So, you know, Artbox Unlimited, I expected it to play as an arkanoid type and not controlled so very differently. So it's just a few minor gripes at the moment, and I'm sure that they'll add, well, we killed the ball. We absorbed it into the side thing and it didn't know what to do. Luckily at the top it blasted out when it hit the top one, but you know, that could have been a glitch and a half broken there. Of course I would discover the glitches, wouldn't I? Glitch Master Extreme! You know, breaker of games. I would break the game. But I just need that natural bat type for me. I need it to play like a regular arc type. Because I just can't get on with the lack of control that I've got over the ball. You know, I want it to control the way that I need to. So yeah, thanks for watching. Join us again for some more. Goodbye.